I had friends who did that same strategy, not me, because NVIDIA is one of those stocks that it's a little bit too popular for me to be interested in for my everyday trading. Now, I do have a lot of NVIDIA in my portfolio. I should say my wife has a lot of NVIDIA in her portfolio that she bought over a decade ago, and it keeps splitting and it keeps growing, and she's one of the happiest campers out there. But for a lot of our friends in the trading world decided to do that calendar spread that we've been talking about in Nvidia. And because Nvidia didn't really move in its stock price, but the buildup in hype was so intense in the option price, these folks like doubled their money overnight.
Because it didn't move as much as
Well,
anticipated, right?
if you remember that calendar spread trade, what it likes to do is it likes to respond to volatility crushes, but it also has this side effect that it'll respond to, big movements left and right, and it won't respond well. It responds positively to, volatility crushes, which is what we got. We had this buildup of volatility the day before, and then the day after, it just crushed Zip. People were getting rid of their options left and right. They were like, it was like "Meh, meh," one of those game shows where Nvidia didn't do anything after earnings. And so they were like, we better get rid of these options. And the price of the options just dropped. So those calendar spreads went through the roof. And the only thing that makes those calendar spreads like diffuses how much they go through the roof is if the stock price moves. Well, Nvidia didn't move. So this was like the dream scenario for those calendar spread traders during earnings, which was the stock really didn't move much from before and after earnings, and the volatility crush was immense. So yeah, it wound up, paying out like 2 to 1 on this. If you put in $100, you wound up making $100. If you put in $100,000, you wound up walking away with an additional $100,000. So this was like a really nice overnight trade.